If you're getting ready to leave town and you're worried about your sourdough starter, take a breath. You don't need to give it away, dry it out, or overthink it. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can prepare your sourdough starter for vacation. So whether you're going to be gone for weeks or a couple months, this is about simple steps and letting time just do the work. And you can go on your vacation and enjoy everything. So the biggest fear I hear is, what if my starter dies while I'm gone? Well, the truth is sourdough starters are far more resilient than we give them credit. In this video, I'll walk you through how to feed your starter before you leave, how to store it properly, and exactly what to do when you come back, depending on how long you were gone. So the first step is when you do feed your starter, that you feed it thick. Before vacation, the goal is to slow the fermentation down, not speed it up. So the first thing I do is feed my starter thick. I might use less water than usual or more flour. It would be a stiffer dough-like consistency, think paste, or a soft dough, not pancake batter. So with the eyeball method, I would just add like 1 or 2 tablespoons more of flour to thicken it up. So this matters because thick feeding slows the yeast activity. It's going to give the starter more food so that it will last longer, and it creates stability before the refrigeration. So let's feed my starter with the eyeball method. So I'm going to check the consistency. It's pretty hungry, dripping a lot, so I'm not going to need a lot of water. Then I will cover it with my plastic wrap, and then I let my lid just fall here. You could take off this lid and close it all the way without the plastic wrap, but for some reason I prefer this. It allows it to breathe and work. Reminder, this isn't a special recipe. You're just adjusting the texture to be a little bit more thick, and you're not changing your whole entire starter. So I'm going to let this double on the counter. So after feeding thick, I don't put it straight in the fridge. I do want to let it rest on the counter until it doubles. When we feed it thicker, it might take a little bit longer. So plan for at least like 12 hours for this to like double or active. But if you kind of forgot about it and then you have to like rush to the airport, even at this point, you can just stick it in the refrigerator and it will just slow everything down. But when you come back, you're gonna wanna let this like come back to life. And you might need to add a little bit of flour to kind of like, not completely refresh it, but remind it that, that you're there and you're gonna use it. So thicker fed starters can take some time, so just plan for that. But then also there's flexibility that if you forget about it, there's just a different step that you would have to do when you come back if you don't let this double completely. And then you're gonna store it in the fridge, loosely covered, so you have room for the gas to escape, no airtight sealing, but you don't want to expose it to air, because I think the part that is the most frustrating, or could be the frustrating, is you come back and this is the top of your starter has like already started to dry out, which it's like not bad, but you would have to peel back that dryness. So what do you do when you come back? If you've been gone for a week or even 2, here's an easy answer. If you follow the Sourdough Made Simple method, you can just use your starter straight out of the fridge. Yes, you don't have to do anything to it. Pull out of your starter what you need and then mix your dough. And then feed your starter as you would usually. So is gray liquid normal? Yes. Just be a sign of like a pretty hungry starter, but you can just mix that in. And then usually when you feed it this thick, it takes months for a gray liquid to form. it's going to smell stronger, is going to be flat. Like, it's possible that it's just not going to have any bubbles at all. So when I see like the gray liquid or it's flat and there's no bubbles at all, that's when I'm going to do a refresh, and I will discard what is there or make a more starter. But I will feed it to refresh it. So whatever amount that I have, I need to feed at least that amount. This doesn't necessarily mean that your starter is weak. It just means that it's been resting and it's really hungry. So if you're gone for months and your starter develops like a thicker liquid on top, same thing. You can opt to dump that out, the liquid out, or you can just stir it in. I personally, depending upon how dark the liquid is, I stir it in. But this is like also another technique to make your starter more sour. So some people on purpose starve their starter to this point to just get it a little bit more sour. So it is a technique that is used. It's like a normal process of the sourdough starter. Don't freak out if you come back and you see like a liquid forming over that. That means that it ate good, but now it's really hungry. All right. It may take a couple days of feeding for that to kind of bounce back to its like original glory, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. But everything will then rebalance when you come back. So you're not neglecting your starter when you leave, but you're just it's gonna be there when you get back. But if it's really flat, no bubbles, then that is when you're gonna refresh it, discard, and then feed it as usual. But if it's still kind of bubbly and active, you can just use it right out of the gate. To remind you, sourdough starters are resilient. They can survive cold kitchens. They can survive missed feed. They can survive weeks, even months in the fridge. They are designed to be resilient. So you don't need to babysit your starter. You just need to understand it. If this made sourdough feel simpler or less stressful, like this video and subscribe for more real life sourdough. Enjoy your vacation. Your starter will be just fine.